the cash flow from our portfolio and our super funds enable us to. So we're in England on holiday a couple of years ago. I rented a 66 4.2 British Racing Green E-Type Jag. We spent a week touring the gardens of Devon and Cornwall. We went to France. I got a turbocharged four-wheel drive Alfa Romeo. I managed to get only one speeding fine, thank goodness. So I don't mind. I'll rent the lifestyle. I don't need to own it. I would never have a holiday home. We can rent holiday homes that would make your mouth water.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, literally, I was on a phone to a client this morning, and they're at that sort of, do we upgrade? And that's a whole other conversation. Or do we, buy a holiday house? Or do we, he works at a big tech company? Do we keep on buying, shares, etc.? And the whole conversation around holiday home, it doesn't really make sense for most people. Even just the logistics around it, and then when you're actually using it, and then you're locked into a holiday, etc. We live in a pretty amazing world where we can do travel, and renting things is so easy, right? And so it doesn't really make sense to own a lot of things in the world that we live.
No, sir. Apart from high quality dividend paying businesses.
And your own home, so you can fund it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't really need that. That's just an accident of history, because if you had the share portfolio and you were living in a country in Europe where you had a long lease,
that's true.
We could release the millions of dollars and we could multiply our income yet again. But we're living in Australia to be close to our children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
Therefore, the penalty we pay is having all these millions sunk in totally worthless property.
It's worthless if you can't get the money out. So if you're not, for example, got an income and you've got $2-3 million home that's paid off, and you've got this title deed, it's like, yeah, I own my own house. But if you can get access to that equity, so another client today, we can pull out millions of dollars of their equity to invest into shares, etc. And so only really 20% of their house is unproductive, I guess, because the other 80% is redrawn to buy other investments, etc. So, but you're right. Like, I think it's, the long lease issue, everything you spoke about on this podcast ties us back to the age-old problem why we've got such a big issue.
Yeah, and the thing is that we haven't had a mortgage for years. I've always kept it. I've never actually closed it, so the bank's still carrying it. So it was a matter of going back, and I acknowledge that they're Australian, so I approached them in that manner, and I said, look, I've got this really nice apartment in Woollahra. I'd like to take out a mortgage. Oh, okay. So I took out a principal and interest mortgage, and I am drawing out $1 million and investing it, and it's spitting more cash.
Yeah.
The debt is tax deductible, and that's been built up over a long period of time. And okay, if I didn't have to buy the damn thing and I had a leasehold, that would be nirvana. But I'm doing the best I can with what I've got here for security of tenure.
Yeah, I got you. Awesome. Thanks so much for today, Peter. It was a really insightful chat, and thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure, and it's been fun.
Thanks for rebooking. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We did too. I did too.
Awesome. Cheers.
If you're looking to buy your dream home or an investment property in Sydney's inner west, eastern suburbs or North Shore, my team and I can help you buy without regrets. Reach out via my website, gooddeeds.com.au.
If you're looking to buy your first home, thinking of upgrading into a new one, or purchasing an investment property anywhere in Australia, my team love to carefully guide you on this journey. And most importantly, get the finance right. Reach out via our website, wealthful.com.au.
Thanks for joining us. We'd love to see you again.
And remember, don't be a Dumbo.